Hey YouTube, it's the Black Girl Billionaire here, and on this channel we talk about real estate, business, and building wealth. So if any of that sounds like it interests you, then let's get to it. My name is Nia. I'm a licensed realtor in Georgia and South Carolina, and I started this channel because I wanted to share with you guys my experience of being a new realtor and let you know the 5 things that you need to consider before you get into real estate. So I got my note sheet here and we're gonna get to them. The 5 Ds is what I call this: the plan, the financing, the audience, the strategy, and the time. Now we're gonna break everything down, and I'm looking down at my notes here in case you're wondering. So first, let's talk about why you're doing this. Why do you want to get into real estate? And it's important to answer this question so you know what it is that you're really trying to accomplish, and you have something to look back into when the going gets rough and it's a little bit tough and you just need something to completely get you through these hard times. Very important to understand why you're doing this. What is your goal? How are you going to achieve this goal? Right? Maybe you're like me, you're a college student and you want extra income to help pay for college. Or maybe because Corona has really messed up the job market and you need extra supplemental income. Maybe you're trying to pay off some loans or some debt. Whatever it is for you, understand your why. What are your goals? You need to have a plan as to how can real estate benefit you, so you know what it is you're trying to achieve and how you're going to achieve them. Trust me, this is very important, so you don't just go in blind like, hey, I think this sounds good, so let's do it. Let's have some sort of plan. Now, it doesn't have to be written in stone, but if you have some type of guidance as far as what it is that you're trying to achieve and what you would like to get from this, you'll be a lot better off. Honey, how are you going to pay for this? Money does not grow on trees. We all wish it did, but it doesn't. So how are you going to pay for this? If you haven't watched it yet, I did a video a couple of weeks ago talking about how much does it actually cost to get into real estate. And it'll be linked up above or down below in the description box. But I concluded that on average, it costs about $2,000 to get into real estate and really start your career. Now, this is a very average number. It could vary greatly depending upon what state you're in and what are their licensing requirements, your brokers and what they charge as fees. It could depend on your marketing strategy and your business plan. So a lot of variables, but just overall, I said about $2,000 to get into real estate. So how are you going to come up with this money? Are you going to, work an additional job, get some more hours? Maybe you got presents from Christmas and your birthday and all these other things. Maybe you're going to use the gift money that you got. Are you taking out a personal loan? Just have some idea of how you're going to come up with the money that is required to get into real estate. Because honestly, these fees will add up, and if you're not prepared for them, they can come at you as a shocker. And we're not trying to get shocked. We're trying to be prepared and start a very successful real estate career. And planning with the funds, you need to understand that it may take a while for you to recoup those funds, right? Because you may not get your closing the very next day, right? It may take a couple of months. So be prepared for that. Make sure it's not money that you need immediately, basically, for when you're trying to get into real estate. Y'all, real estate is such a broad field. If you literally just look around as far as any type of property, land, any of that, a realtor was involved, right? Or a real estate agent was involved in acquiring that or transferring that in some way. Now, this is a kind of mind-boggling thing when you really think about it. And it can be very overwhelming as someone who just wants to get into real estate and really do something well. It can definitely be a lot. So that's why it's very, very, very important to narrow things down and get very crucial, because when you're laser focused on a specific audience, you will do a lot better. For me, because I am in college, I like to speak specifically to brand new graduates trying to get their first home, start a career. And that's who I really try and target as far as my communication and the things that I do with my business. Now that may be different for you. Maybe you're interested in commercial real estate and you want to help this developer buy 135 acres of land for this new casino that they're trying to build. Or maybe you're interested in agriculture and you want to help with farmland. Or maybe you're interested in like lakefront properties or beach properties, like whatever it is for you. Make sure that you have that audience and you know who they are and what they like and how they like to be talked to, because that is definitely going to help you out when you're starting your real estate career. So you know who you're going to talk to, but how are you going to reach them, right? What do they care about? And this is where market research comes into play. Market research is crucial for honestly any business that you want to start, and real estate is no different, right? So who are the top competitors in the area as far as realtors go? What are they doing? What's working for them? What can you implement into your business strategy? And what else can you learn, right? And don't be afraid to talk to them. Don't be afraid to ask for mentorship and help, because you probably don't know a lot about what's going on. I mean, you may have seen some HGTV shows and they'll make it look easy, but trust me, TV makes everything look easy, right? Like YouTube makes everything look easy. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Also, how much are houses selling for? How long are they on the market? Like any of these types of questions that people would know. And also with that, you have to develop relationships, right? So like, who are the lenders? You need to know inspectors, maintenance people, and you have to develop a list of people, right? Because if you're selling a house or helping people buy a house, they may have questions, and you can give them referrals. So real estate is a very social career, and that can be a really good thing if you are a social person, or it can be a bit of a challenge if you're not the most social person. And I definitely think it helps you grow from your comfort zone and see a lot of growth in your business as well. So make sure you have a strategy. And this, like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be completely written in stone, but just something so you're not out there lost. How much time are you willing to dedicate to this career? Because if you're starting completely from scratch, it's going to take time to develop a client base, to develop relationships as well with your other partners that are involved in your real estate transactions. It's going to take that time to market yourself and really build up a reputation in the community as being a trusted realtor. So how much time are you willing to spend? It's going to take time to do your continuing education classes or your post-licensing classes. So these are all things that you just have to be aware of. Like for me as a student, I know that I can't do this full time because I have, my 15 credit hours, I have an internship that I'm doing, I have my other business that I am working on, so I just don't have enough time. And that's something that I definitely take into consideration, and it affects how I run my business. Maybe you're a parent and you have to help your child with their online school because thanks to Corona, kids are online now. Whatever it is that, you may have other obligations, or maybe you have no other obligations and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just start this real estate career and put all my time and dedication into that. So you need to just have a very kind of overview of what you wanna do and how much time you want to spend, and be very strict about it. Because if you're not careful, you'll end up working 80-hour work weeks. And I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to work 80 hours a week. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I think I inevitably do, just because I'm a workaholic. But if you don't have to, why would you put yourself through that, right? And your time is very valuable. You have a set of skills that not everyone has. That's why they come to you and pay you the big bucks. So your time is valuable. Don't ever forget that. And you need to be aware of that as far as creating your strategy and your plan to start a successful career. To recap, let's talk about the 5 Ds. You have the plan that you need to create, and just get an idea of what you want to do with your real estate, your why, and your how. 2 is the financing. How are you going to pay for this? It's not free. It's not cheap. 3 is the audience. Who are you going to talk to? 4 is the strategy. How are you going to get things done in the most successful way. And 5th is the time. How much time are you willing to dedicate to this new career venture? I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and you take these things into consideration. Leave down in the comments below if you're interested into starting real estate, what questions you have, or if you are new, or if you've been in the game for a long time, what else would you add for other newer agents to consider when they're starting their new career? Be very interested to hear. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share with anyone else who you think is interested in getting into real estate. Make sure to read the description box down below, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you all have a safe and happy holidays. Bye.